morning. So if you remember from yesterday, we covered all the supplements that you need to be taking throughout this 12-week transformation. So the supplements that you should have taken this morning is a multivitamin and some glutamine. If you haven't taken it, take it right now. Today is a training day for you. You've got back, you've got biceps, and you've got calves. And we'll be featuring a new exercise per body part. So make sure that you watch closely as Jim demonstrates those exercises for you. So go and do your cardio if you haven't done it already, and I shouldn't have to remind you now because you've got to do it every single day. And same goes for your warm-up. Every weight training day you've got to do a warm-up, 5 to 10 minutes. So make sure you do that before we hit the gym, and I'll see you there. So here we are in the gym, and the first exercise that we have for back today is bent over rows. So find yourself a rack like the one pictured and perform a warm-up set. Hold onto the bar slightly wider than shoulder grip. Bend over a 45-degree angle and row the bar into the lower portion of your abs. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way down, and repeat this until you've got about 12 to 15 repetitions comfortably. Once you've done that, place the bar back on the rack and put some weight on there. Now you've already done this exercise, so you should be able to put a little bit more weight on than what you did last week. Use a weight that will allow you to go to failure at around 12 to 15 repetitions. Pull the bar off the rack, stand back, bend over a 45-degree angle with your head up straight, and row the bar into the lower portion of your abs. You can put a belt on if you feel that you need extra support onto your lower back. Once you've reached absolute failure, you can place the bar back on the rack, rest for about 45 seconds, and repeat this process twice more until you've totaled 3 sets. Once you've completed the exercise, put the weights back on the rack as Jim is demonstrating here, and then we're ready to move on to the second exercise, which we did last week as well, the hyperextensions. So put a plate at the front of the machine, and then you can cradle that around the chest if you need added resistance. Hyperextend your torso up until your back is in line with your legs. Breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Try to relax your legs as much as you can and focus on your lower back doing all the work. Keep your back flat the whole time you're doing this exercise. You don't have to do a warm-up set on this because you're already warmed up from the first exercise. So once you've completed 3 sets of around 12 to 15 reps to absolute failure, then we're ready to move on to the last exercise, which is a new exercise featured for this week. Now this exercise is called the deadlift, and this will be working the lower portion of your back, your traps, and the lumbar region. So it works from top to bottom of your back and around the spine. It's a great overall back builder. So on this exercise, your grip might fatigue, so you might want to use some straps when performing this exercise. You're going to put one hand as an under grip, like Jim is demonstrating here, and the other hand will be an overhand grip with the straps wrapped around the bar. This will take the pressure off the grip so you can focus on the back doing all the work. Pick the weight up with a straight back and bend legs, pick the bar up, and then go straight back down until the plates just tap the floor. You're going to breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way down. Make a conscious effort to keep your back flat the whole time. Concentrate on the back doing all the work and not your legs. Once you've completed your set of around 12 to 15 repetitions, perform 2 more of these sets with about 45 seconds rest in between, and then you're ready to move on to biceps. So now we're ready for biceps. So the first exercise is one that you did last week, and that's hammer curls. This will be done in an alternating movement. So remember to warm up first with a weight that you can do comfortable for about 12 to 15 reps. Breathing out on the way up, breathing in on the way down. Breathing out on the way up and in on the way down. Make sure you keep your back straight and don't swing on this exercise. Once you've performed your warm-up set, put the weights back and get something heavier that's going to allow you to reach failure at around 12 to 15 reps. So again, stand up straight, shoulders back, keep your abs tight and head up. Concentrate on squeezing your biceps at the top of the movement and stretching them out at the bottom, keeping your palms facing towards you at all times. Once you've completed your set, rest for about 45 seconds to a minute, and then repeat this again twice more until you've reached a total of 3 sets. Once you've finished that, put the weights back and we're ready for the next bicep movement. This is another exercise that you did last week, and this is cable curls. So approach a high-low pulley machine, put the bar on the shackle at the bottom, select your weight and go straight into the first set because your biceps are adequately warmed up from the first exercise. Bring the bar up towards your chin, keep your torso straight and don't swing your body back. Keep your elbows by your side, stretch your biceps at the bottom and squeeze them at the top. Breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Reach failure again around 12 to 15 reps. And when I say failure, I mean that you cannot put out another repetition even if you wanted to. Once you've completed 3 sets of that exercise, it's time to move on to our new featured exercise for this week, and that's preacher curls. So you're going to approach a preacher curl machine like shown in the picture, and then you're going to put the back of your arm, like Jim is showing you right here, on the downward pad. You're going to lower the bicep down until you're almost straight, and then you kind of curl it back up. Keep your wrist straight and keep your torso still. Don't swing back on this exercise. Now you're going straight into the first set because again, your biceps are warmed up and you're going to reach failure at about 12 to 15 repetitions on each arm. Once you've completed 12 to 15 to absolute failure on one arm, then we move on to the next arm. Breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Concentrate on squeezing that bicep at the top. Make sure the back of your upper arm is flat against the pad. Once you've completed your first set, make sure that you rest for about 45 seconds to a minute and complete 2 more of these sets. This is a great exercise for peaking those biceps. Once we've finished that, we're ready to move on to calves. Now again, this is a new exercise for calves this week. And we're going to be doing leg press, calf press. So you need to find a machine similar to the leg press pictured here. And first of all, we're going to warm up. So put enough weight on there that will allow you to warm up around 12 to 15 reps quite comfortably. So you're going to sit on the seat, unload the racks, and place your feet halfway off the bottom of the platform. Make sure that you stretch your heels down, and then you're going to put all the pressure onto the balls of your feet until your heels are up. So you're extending your feet and then flexing. Once you've done around 12 to 15 reps, let's put some weights on there. We're going to reach failure. So make sure your feet are halfway onto the foot plate, and you're going to stretch out the heels and your calves, and then put all the weight onto the balls of your feet until your heels have come back up as far as you can go and you're flexing your calves. Repeat this process until you reach absolute failure. Don't worry about your calves burning, this is completely natural. It will hurt. And once you've completed your first set, you're going to do 2 more sets, but make sure that you rest for about 45 seconds to a minute in between each set. Once you've completed that exercise, remove the weights and go and cool down for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll see you back at the office. So how did you enjoy your workout? Have your protein and your Vitargo right now straight after your workout, and that's a whey protein that you're having as your recovery shake. And tonight, have your casein protein. So that'll enable a good recovery as you're sleeping. But tomorrow we'll be talking about meal frequency. And remember, it's a non-training day, so make sure you do your 20 minutes of cardio before we meet up. So I'll see you then.